Stop making this one critical mistake on your sales page. It's silently killing your conversions, and you probably don't even realize you're doing it. Most marketers obsess over button colors, headline fonts, and page layout while completely ignoring the single thing that actually moves a buyer from skeptical to sold. That mistake? Throwing features at strangers before you've earned the right to be heard. Let me show you the fix that changes everything. You've poured your heart, soul, and countless hours into creating a fantastic product. You've built a sleek, professional-looking sales page, hit publish, and braced for the influx of sales. What arrived instead? Crickets. A few clicks here, maybe a handful of signups there, but the conversion rate stays stubbornly flat. If this scenario feels painfully familiar, you are absolutely not alone. The hard truth is that most sales pages fail to convert, not because the product is poor, but because the message simply does not connect with the human reading it. In a crowded digital marketplace, your words are your most powerful sales tool. You have mere seconds to grab a visitor's attention, build trust, and persuade them to act. This is where a proven structure becomes invaluable. Enter the PPPP Copywriting framework. Picture, promise, prove, and push. It is a simple yet profoundly effective formula for crafting persuasive copy that guides your reader from skepticism all the way to purchase. We are about to do a deep dive into mastering this framework. The PPPP framework is a 4-step copywriting formula designed to create a logical and emotional journey for the reader, leading them toward one specific action. Its primary goal is to structure a sales argument in a way that resonates deeply with a potential customer's needs and desires. While its exact origin is debated among marketing historians, it evolved directly from classic direct response mail order principles, an era when your copy had to do all the selling without a human salesperson anywhere in sight. The real power of picture, promise, prove, and push lies in its psychological sequencing. Picture starts by painting a vivid scene of the reader's problem or desire, creating an immediate emotional connection. Promise then introduces your product as the key that resolves that problem. Prove systematically builds credibility and trust with undeniable evidence. Finally, push gives the reader a clear, compelling reason to act right now. When you stack these 4 in order, you build what copywriters call a slippery slide toward the buy button. Let's break down each component. The picture stage is all about empathy. Your goal here is to make the reader feel seen and understood. You need to describe their current situation, their pain points, frustrations, fears, and unfulfilled aspirations in such vivid detail that they nod along and think, this person absolutely gets it. Do not just state the problem on the surface. Immerse them in it. Use sensory language so they can see, feel, and experience the reality of their own challenge. 4 tips make your picture stage unforgettable. First, use your language, speak directly to the reader, and make it a one-on-one conversation. Second, focus on emotion, not just facts. Describe the feeling of the problem, whether it is overwhelming, frustrating, or even embarrassing. Third, tell a relatable story right at the top. Fourth, gently agitate the pain by reminding them of the consequences of inaction. What happens if this problem keeps dragging on for 6 more months? Make the cost of staying stuck feel real. Here is picture copy in action, written for a project management tool. Another Monday morning, another wave of dread. Your inbox is already overflowing with urgent requests. Your team members are messaging you on 3 different platforms, asking for the same file you sent last week. You have a nagging feeling you have forgotten a critical deadline, but you cannot remember what it is. The big picture is lost in a fog of chaotic spreadsheets and endless notification pings. You did not start your business to become a professional cat herder. Once you have fully established the problem in the picture stage, it is time to introduce the solution, your product. The promise is the bridge from their pain to your relief, and it is so much more than a list of features. You are presenting a transformation. Your product is the vehicle that will take them from the frustrating before state you just described to a highly desirable after state. This is where you start selling the future they want to live in. 4 tips to write a promise that lands hard. Be bold and clear, stating your main promise in a single powerful sentence. Focus on benefits, not features. A feature is what your product does, like integrates with Slack, but a benefit is what the customer gets, like ending context switching chaos forever. Paint the after picture in the same vivid detail you used for the before, and make your promise feel strong yet believable. Avoid hype that smells too good to be true, because skeptical buyers can smell it instantly. Continuing our project management tool example, here is the promise. Imagine a different kind of Monday. You open one dashboard and see every project, every deadline, and every conversation in a single glance. Your inbox is calm, your team knows exactly what to do, and that nagging dread is gone. With task flow, you stop firefighting and start leading. One workspace, 0 chaos, total clarity. That is not a feature list, that is a transformation you can feel in your body the moment you log in tomorrow morning. Stage 3 is prove, and this is where you systematically dismantle the buyer's remaining skepticism. The picture made them feel understood. The promise painted a beautiful future. Now prove must show undeniable evidence that the promise is real, attainable, and already working for people just like them. Without proof, even the most beautiful promise sounds like wishful marketing. With proof, the same promise becomes an almost irresistible invitation to take the next step. 5 powerful forms of proof you can deploy. First, real customer testimonials with full names, photos, and specific results. Second, detailed case studies walking through a before and after transformation. Third, impressive statistics like used by 47,000 teams or saves an average of 2 hours weekly. Fourth, expert endorsements, media features, or industry awards. Fifth, a strong money-back guarantee that removes buyer risk. Stack at least 3 of these in your prove section to make your offer feel bulletproof and trustworthy. Here is how prove plays out for our project management tool. Sarah from a 12-person design agency writes, "We reclaimed 11 hours per week and finally hit every deadline for 2 months straight." A separate case study shows a marketing team that went from 14 missed deadlines per quarter to 0. The product is used by 47,000 teams across 80 countries, and it is backed by a no questions asked 60-day money-back guarantee. Suddenly, the promise stops sounding like marketing and starts sounding like math. Stage 4 is push, the close, the moment you ask for the sale. By now, the reader feels deeply understood. They have seen a compelling future, and they have been surrounded by credible proof. Most copy fails right here because the writer gets shy or vague. Push demands clarity, confidence, and a reason to act right now rather than later. Tomorrow is the natural enemy of conversions, so your job is to make waiting feel more expensive than buying. 5 push techniques that dramatically lift conversions. First, use a single, crystal clear call to action, never 2 or 3 competing buttons. Second, add genuine urgency with a real deadline, not a fake one. Third, layer in honest scarcity such as limited seats or limited bonuses. Fourth, repeat your core promise one final time right above the button so the reader's last thought is the benefit, not the price. Fifth, end with a risk reversal line reminding them of the guarantee you already proved. For our project management tool, the push reads like this. Start your free 14-day trial of TaskFlow today and feel the difference by tomorrow's stand-up. The first 200 signups this month also receive our workflow automation toolkit, $907 completely free. Claim your seat before the timer hits 0. You either reclaim 11 hours a week or you keep drowning in notification chaos. We will refund every penny if you do not feel the transformation within 60 days. The risk is 0. The upside is everything. When you stack these 4 stages in the right order, something magical happens. Each section naturally pulls the reader into the next, so by the time they reach the push, the call to action feels less like a sales pitch and more like the only logical conclusion to a story they have been living inside. That is what copywriters mean by a slippery slide. The buyer does not feel pushed, they feel guided, and guiding always converts better than pushing ever will.